Testing 1, 2, testing 1, 2. Okay, so this is part 2 of trying to upgrade an iPod. Last time, let's see if I can show a bit more. Alrighty. So last time I was trying to upgrade an iPod, and it was for a friend. That iPod seems to have a circuit issue, like basically somewhere on the motherboard there's an issue that seems to be rather prevalent for a lot of iPods of this sort of age. And that one I can't really do anything about at the moment, but I can at the very least start working on my iPod that I actually bought. I went ahead and ordered this off of eBay. This particular iPod here. It is a 30 gigabyte 5th gen iPod video. And I already went ahead like a while ago, opened this up, so I already did kind of the hard part there, but as you can tell, everything is kind of still in its place. The battery I fussed with, I unglued it, but there's the original hard drive, the original battery. And what we're going to be doing, hopefully for the stream and getting it working, is we're going to get this 256 gigabyte SD card flashed so that I can go ahead and use that as the new hard drive instead of using this one. Other things that I've ordered includes a new backplate. So this is a thicker black backplate compared to this thinner one. And the reason because of that is because I actually wanted to install this thick, like how many milliamp hours? 3,000 milliamp hour battery over here. Going to be using the iFlash Solo to go ahead and use this as the new hard drive. And a few other things I'll be doing is, where is the other piece? I'm missing a piece here. Ah, yes. I always wanted to try this out, and I think it's really in at the moment, is the translucent cover and the translucent click wheel. So all these things I'll be doing to the iPod today, hopefully get it done somewhat soon. If not, it'll be another stream, finishing up. But first things first, I'll get started with like the sort of music, I guess. But I'm gonna go ahead and start flashing the SD card, this one right here, and I'll, transfer over to the desktop. So let us traverse the spire. First things first. Here we go. Okay, we're gonna have to go ahead and flash this just straight up. Now, 256 is the maximum amount that you can do for an iPod of this generation. We're talking about 5th gen iPod video. And there is, I think, if I remember correctly, the limitation is not anything but the RAM that the motherboard itself can handle. So, with that being the main issue, it's like if you load more songs, like if you load a terabyte worth of songs and you flood the RAM, it can't read all the songs into memory properly, and it will just not work. It will like continue crashing. So yeah. All right, so we're going over to desktop. Here we go. We're going to be using this utility. Let's see if I can just go ahead and... Well, it's already exFAT. I don't know if I need to do anything more. I think this is fine. I just plugged it in directly and it read it just like this. So I guess for now I'm just going to assume this is fine. So I'm just gonna go ahead and yeah, just get this out. Refresh devices. Won't be there anymore. I think that's fine. We'll see. We will see. All right. There you go. All right, and what we're going to be doing actually in order to follow what we need to do next is actually really do the directions that this does not compute has done to build their custom iPod. So he's in the middle of opening his up. It's a pain in the ass. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's there. And then battery removal. Well, he did it with his hands like that. And then removing the headphone jack. Because what you need to do is you need to separate this whole case is going to be different. So he's going to change the back case as well. He's basically doing everything that I did. So this is the reason why I'm following the video so closely. Okay, so after he disconnected the battery, unfolded it like a book, he's going to, all right, detach the hard drive from that ribbon. This I haven't done specifically. So he'll leave it like that, remove the hard drive. Alrighty. And then he's gonna detach the headphone and clicker ribbon cable there. And remove it all together. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. And those are the first steps we'll do. Alright, there it is. Alright. I mean, it's pretty straightforward at this point. So the battery's already been removed, right? And it wasn't connected there. Remove this. It's like a little glued or something. Like this. Remove it back. I'm already trying to remember. How do I remove the hard drive? I'm trying to look that up. Let's microscope this. How am I doing this wrong? Doesn't seem like... Volume up on the video.
Latch, they call that a bail, and the hard drive just comes free like that. Flip it over like this, and you can see there is a flat flex ribbon cable that connects it. We're actually going to reuse that ribbon cable. There's nothing wrong with it. So then you simply get in there with like a fingernail and flip up this black latch. They call that a bail, and the
Oh, I gotta flip up the black latch. Fascinating. I couldn't even tell that was the thing that you were supposed to flip over. It's crazy. Alright. And then I'm assuming... There it is. All right, hard drive disconnected. Okay, I didn't realize it was the black latch there. Okay, back to the bench. Next step is this. We need to just move that. Microscope. Oh, am I doing it wrong? Yeah, I'm doing it wrong. Yep. And then wiggle away. All right. So there it is. You have the battery, headphone, everything's pretty much taped there still, and then you have the rest here. Now we're gonna follow next directions, which is here. Let's go for desktop.
Hard drive just comes free like that. And so now the headphone flip the bail up using a fingernail, and there's otherwise no way to secure the gently comes out. Try not to break the bail because there's otherwise no way to secure the cable in there, and if you drop the iPod later on, it may pop free or whatever. So be careful. But at this point, like the hardest part is kind of done. The hardest part really is cracking these open, and you can see it really isn't that difficult on these 5th gens. Now, if all you're doing is swapping the battery and the hard drive, you don't have to do anything further to the front panel. But because I'm replacing the front panel and the click wheel, there's a bit more disassembly that needs to go on. You can
Yep.
see along the side here, there are screws. There's 3 on each side. They're little Phillips head screws.
3 screws on each side.
It's a number 00 driver that you need. All
00
need
driver bit.
out.
And just unscrew them.
Before we can release the metal frame from the front panel, I'm also going to go ahead and disconnect the LCD cable.
And again, you have to flip the
This one's kind of tricky because there's not a whole lot of space between
black.
the bail and that little part of the metal frame, so you might have to go in here with the spudger.
Okay, I'm not gonna do this.
Very carefully.
Spudger's overkill.
Let's flip that up.
Okay, so he's flipping that up
Don't
because
break
the
that,
separation
you're in trouble.
is pretty intense.
Again,
Oh no, it's just like a razor right there.
Not the best tool to do that with because these kind of have sharp edges on the sides, and if you tear one of these, then you're done. Although that is worth saying, if you break a screen, if you break a motherboard, it's not the end of the world. You can buy replacements for those. The motherboards, obviously, you can only get used parts. There aren't any like third-party, brand new aftermarket iPod motherboards out there. But you can buy replacement screens if yours is damaged or cracked or the backlight's dead or whatever. You can basically at this point.
Yeah, he's giving this whole like spiel about what to do when you need spare parts and where to get them.
I don't think there's much value in doing it that way. I think taking an intact unit and swapping out parts that are bad is going to save you a lot of money, but you can get replacement parts for stuff that you break in the process of doing one of these mods, is I guess what I'm trying to get at.
Okay.
And everything just kind of falls out like that.
And everything kind of just falls out like that. All right. Seems pretty straightforward to me. So it is number 00 screw. There are 6 total screws, 3 on each side. So here we have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This is actually a little cracked. Let me see if we can show that on the microscope here. Yeah, just a little baby crack. It's not too bad. Everything else seems like intact, so I'll just go ahead and unscrew it. Yep, 00 is right. Thank you, Colin, from This Does Not Compute. Alright, I have little bins here to store it, little sections. All right, and actually before I forget, I'm gonna go ahead and detach this as well. All right, and he went in with like that giant spudger thing. I'm just gonna. I really hope I don't break this on the stream. That would be really sad. Need more of a flat edge, just to do it all at once. Okay, now I completely understand why you use that spudger. Because you want to do it all at once. Do I even know where it went? This is where all the time gets spent looking for tools that you already own. Here it is. Because you want to do it all at once. This is precisely why. Okay, that looks pretty open to me. Alright, so now it is for the other sides. There you go. I'm just gonna go ahead and use this camera because no use in seeing the microscope for me just unscrewing screws. There you go. And what did he do next? He kind of just worked it out, right? He just went like this a little bit. Alright, it feels like it's coming apart a little bit in my hands. Oh, right. Before I even do that, microscope view. Right, the thing is, I did open up the bale, as he calls it, but I also need to remove this. There you go. Alright, just like that. Alright, now you see me struggle a little bit with trying to figure out how to get this casing off. It's just kind of pulling apart, you see? Like that. And these are the holes for the screws to go, for the screw to go through to make sure everything's slotted properly. So I guess you can pinch here and then just pull. Alrighty. Everything comes off, and here, this is the click wheel right here. Perfect. Alright, we're gonna go back to the video to double check what else is next. We're in this section.
So the click wheel stays attached because it's got its ribbon cable that goes into the back of the motherboard there, and that chance to clean this before it goes into the new front panel. There's the entirety of the new front panel, and then the center button fell out. So let's get this sorted with the new parts, and then we'll move on to things like the battery and that storage replacement. So since I'm replacing the click wheel, we need to get it disconnected. It actually hooks up on the back of the motherboard, but because it's routed kind of around the edge of the PCB and under the frame, it's pretty much impossible to, remove from there and stick the new one in without removing the motherboard from the frame itself. So a bit more disassembly to do here. I believe the trick really is to just kind of gently start to push it out from the back. You'll have little pieces start to fall out, like little plastic pieces. This one fell out earlier. That's just to kind of, without removing the motherboard from the frame itself. So a bit more disassembly to do here. I believe the trick really is to just kind of gently start to push it out from the back. You'll have little pieces start to fall out.
Alright, so I gotta push the motherboard out.
Earlier, that's just to kind of cover around these sides, but it's just like double stick taped.
Double stick tape.
It's really strong adhesive, so you just gotta kind of be gentle. And as you're removing the motherboard, you'll see the click wheel's also got kind of a little tab.
Yeah, I'm doing mine.
I'd like to say that's some kind of like proximity sensor thing.
Would a
I just tore it because I don't really care. I'm replacing the click wheel, but this can be a little tricky because it's double stick taped down to that frame. You may have to get.
I'm gonna try and rescue my click wheel.
To peel the entire thing up. Again, I don't really care because I'm replacing the click wheel, but that's just another thing to keep in mind. Another part of the click wheel assembly here. This you don't want to damage. This black piece that clips to the, or tapes to the frame rather. There we go. Alright, with it like.
Alright, we're gonna get to that. No, I'm gonna try not to break it. So the next steps is having to push the motherboard off, and he made a note that this is like kind of glued on there. So he kind of went too quickly for it to have worked out. So if he had taken the time, there could be a possibility of like, just sliding in like this. I mean, it might be that the freaking glue is so old that for me it's much easier than for him. I don't know, maybe you might be able to mimic the same sort of adhesiveness with double-sided tape. There you go, alright. Yeah, I don't know what this is for. If it's for grounding? It might be a ground of some sort for the click wheel. Yeah, kept on tape. Alright, so now it's just a matter of me I'm gonna push it slowly but surely out the motherboard. And again, he mentioned that these things are gonna fall out, so I'm gonna just manually take them out now. And mine are blue, while in the video his are gray, and these are dirty, so I'll clean them as well. Look at all that grime. Look at that. Yum. Very reminiscent of the mini disc player that I had to clean as well. Alrighty, so to push this slowly but sure, like with force, but not so much so to like damage the motherboard. So we're gonna. It's not that old of a petri dish, but it ain't clean either. Perfect music is perfect. Yep, so the center button just fell out as expected. So I'm just like pushing down with my finger and I'm pulling up at the same time, kind of splitting the force And I can feel it giving way as I'm doing this. Yep, there. So that whole side right there felt like it gave way pretty well. So here we go. That side, all this felt like it gave way. And it's like not a ton of force. It's like very consistent force. Oh, yeah, there's this that needs to be untaped. Did I break it? Hopefully I didn't break it. Yeah, I'm just double checking that this thing is not broken. This tape needs to be kind of unfurled here. Yeah, I'm gonna, sorry, off camera, removing screws to make them a little bit further away. I don't even know what this tape does, to be honest. Maybe again more grounding because there's metal below. Might be more grounding. Okay, it looks like it's more or less disassembled there. Alright, further. Cool. Alright, frame has been separated. And then you have the click wheel. Saved, not tortured like the other one, but he explicitly said he didn't care about the state of his click wheel. He didn't even care about saving it, so did a little bit better. Alright, this. Here we go.
This, so you've got access, you can flip this plastic bail up, or the ribbon can
Flip
go on
the
both
black
ends,
thing up.
except it wants to use the green of the PCB. And then,
There's more glue there.
of course, they double stick taped the flat flags to the motherboard on this side too. So you just got to go in there and gently peel it up.
Alright, I gotta peel this as well if I want to save this click wheel at all.
And slide it out
And then slide out like
without
that.
damaging that connector.
Alright, all without damaging that connector, of course. Of course, why would we want to damage connectors? Alright. So, bail is what he's calling it. Ooh, alright. It kind of slipped, but luckily it wasn't too much force. "20-year-old glue." I'm just like pushing it, not stabbing, kind of like a slow glacier moving through the landscape. Like that. There we go. I did scratch that, but hopefully the connection's still good. I hope I did not sever this connection right here. I wish I could tell where it goes. It kind of just disappears in here. Hmm. All right, click wheel is out. I mean, I guess we'll know pretty much immediately if the click wheel is just not working, whether I did or didn't sever the connection. There's that, but I mean, there are smart ways of figuring this out. Yeah, it's those two sections there. Hmm. Everything disappears back behind this, so it's very hard to tell. I'm gonna just quickly do multimeter tests because I want to make sure. So what we're gonna try and do is just guess the test points here and then up there and see whether they all match. So we're looking at effectively 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 test points more or less. I mean, I'm curious which one of these matches this one. Oh, not enough test points. And then maybe I'm overreacting. I'm like if anything, I feel like I just scratched it, but I didn't sever it. But we'll see, we'll see, we'll see. Something to take care of later. Yeah, I just hope yeah, it doesn't hurt to be too
Alright, so
cautious.
here's the new click wheel that we're going with. This manufacturer does include new double stick adhesive on the back, which is pretty nice to see. The trick with that is you've got to get it connected before you let the adhesive stick.
Okay, so
Sometimes
you
it's
have to
easier
connect it
said
before
than
the
done.
adhesive sticks. That's funny.
Alright, so that's in the connector. Flip the bail back down, so that's latched.
Okay, it looks like I need to really, if I'm very worried about that, I need to figure it out now, not later, because once it's double-sided, sticked, like it's gonna be a pain in the ass to have to deal with later. Okay, so I need to figure out which of these connections goes to like potentially this. That's funny. Did I guess right? I'm not even getting a connection to happen, meaning I'm touching everything as much as I can. I'm not getting um, confirmation that it's active, which is a good sign. Means I never broke the trace. Yeah, okay, I'm not getting any readings. I'm gonna assume all is well. That being said, it's time for the click wheel. Well, it's time for actually more music. I'm gonna restart, starting from one. I need to get more of this guy's music. It's a friend of a friend. His name is Frostvale, Frostvale, and I'm just gonna give him a mini shout out here. This is the music I'm listening to. The album is Traversing the Spire. Shoutouts to this guy. Quite good. That's basically what I'm listening to at the moment. Alrighty, so back to the bench, back to the bench. Harry said the trick is to Dungeon Sith for the win, of course. Is you have to take the double-sided tape out, but then at the same time insert it in here before the tape has a chance to fully seat. Oh, come on. Now I need to double check how far in does this need to be. So I see the double, that white line is on the outs. It's closer to the edge than it is currently. I haven't pressed it down yet. I think that's in. I can't push it any further. Alright, what happens if I close it? Do I feel it lock? It's like not perfectly aligned. Let me double check that again. Actually, I think that's fine. Alright, bail's down, gluing, click wheel. Alright, what's next?
Ribbon cable. The ribbon cable is obviously the orange piece, the green of the adhesive stick.
So you pushed it
Sometimes it's
through.
easier said than done. Alright, so that's in the connector.
It looks like it's way further in than I've done it. Crap. Crap, crap, crap. I don't know how much further I can push it in. Like there it slides in fine. Is there a way I can test it? Let's see. Oh man, I don't know how I can test these ribbon cables. They're so complicated. Like I'm trying to figure out, can I touch one of these to make sure I'm making contact with something else? I mean, can give it a shot? It is a complete shot in the absolute dark. Like I have no idea how anything snakes over. I'm gonna choose this one. I'm getting a connection. Yeah. Okay, so that makes a connection. So I'm assuming it did it right. All right. Trying to be very careful. All right, next.
The bail back down, so that's latched. And then now this whole assembly can go back into the frame. Doesn't look like they included any new adhesive on the back of that T-piece, that sensor for the front, but the frame still has pretty strong adhesives.
Okay, so then he just connects it back to the frame. Now the question is, do I remember how to reassemble this?
So it just sticks back down. Which is pretty nice to see. Has pretty strong adhesive, so it just sticks back down. But the
I'm looking at
frame
the video again, 1 second.
still has pretty strong adhesive, so it just sticks back down.
So it looks like this is the adhesive that holds everything down. Should be like this. Maybe? That doesn't make sense. That also doesn't make sense. Hmm. I found in the video that it's there's like layer like a layer of this underneath. There's like a little bit of extra here, and so you have to put the motherboard kind of like that, like I'm sitting on top. Then it lines up well with this, and the idea is to flip it over like that. And this little tab here, according to the video, you can use the adhesive, the glue that was there holding it before. Yeah. It's funny, I don't have any glue left for this one. Like you all saw it just evaporate here. I'm gonna put back the tape. I'm thinking of just taping this down with your boy's favorite, Captain Tape. Where are you going? There it is. Just tape a sliver on either end. No, just do one big one and just roll it around. I'll show you what I mean. There's just no adhesive left. That's way too much tape though. Okay. This will not stay. Damn. This will absolutely not stay. I think it I think it needs to be taped down because it's part of a grounding portion of this whole system. Damn, how did he get so lucky? Whew. Okay, none of my tape is working. No, nothing is adhering to the surface. All right. I didn't use rubbing alcohol. I just removed it gently. And that is not enough to keep it. All right. All right. How do I glue
Time just to
this?
get the screen reinstalled.
How do I glue this? How do I glue this? Fairly certain I need this. I don't even know what type of glue this is. Like what's the type of adhesive I can do to replicate it? I have no idea. Trying desperately just to like rub it in. Like please stay. Look, the Kapton tape is just coming off. It's too thin to help in this. Please, 20-year-old glue. Ugh. I mean, how do I glue this? How do I adhere it? More tape? Like just douse it in tape? Come on, if it's good enough for NASA, it's good enough for you. I swear, sometimes I get some of this tape out, and it just won't, it doesn't want to cooperate. It's like, just douse it in tape. Push it against the metal. Touch the metal. Stay with me. Can't believe it. Like, it doesn't want to stick to this edge. Unbelievable. Yeah, you see, it just flaps. I mean, this can be one of those things that, like, once I close everything, this will close up as well and actually act as a thing to do, as a thing to actually push it down. Unbelievable. Wait. I don't know if it does anything either, but I need to make sure to make it as close to previous as possible. Well, if it doesn't do anything also, then why would they ever take the trouble of creating it, you know? Why that extra bit? I'm sure it has some significance. Anyways, what's going on now? Alright, I just have to give up on that part. Let's see.
When we're using the original one, there's nothing wrong with it, so we just kind of
He
get
puts
this
the
over here
screen
like this.
back in. Okay. Didn't he get lucky with that adhesive stuff? Alright, I'm putting on my gloves just because we're talking about screens at the moment. Wow, look how dirty that is and how clean the screen is. Needs to be cleaned up a little bit. But yeah, here, let me put the... This is the condition of the current screen. Not great. I mean the screen that on top, and then this is the screen. Doesn't look too good either, but uh, let's see. Obvious answer to me is going to be using clean spray, gel spray. So let's see. This is intended for screens. Very softly, very delicately. Oh no, it's leaving like kind of a streak, isn't it? It's pretty clean actually. It's pretty clean. Except for that center right there. Okay. Now quickly, what else do I gotta do?
Again, it just kind of fits in the right spot. You notice these two tabs on the lower corners of the screen, they fit into notches on the front of the frame. And you just kind of hold it in place with your hand on the back side and get the cable reconnected.
And then just puts it back in.
All right, new front.
Okay. Just massage it in. Close it. Doesn't want to close. That's great. Okay. Just needed some suggestion. All right.
Panel, before I do that, I'm going to clean that LCD because I've probably got some fingerprints on it. Just the thing, but so that fits like the iPhone.
And he puts that center in. Okay. Doing that as well. Oh, wait, how's he do it?
And that just fits into the middle of the click wheel. You could go with a different color if you want. That's kind of a... And then here's the new front panel. I'm going to leave the plastic on the front until the very end, but it does have this middle bit around the screen cut out that we got to remove, and that just peels out. I'm going to not touch anything on the inside of that because otherwise it's just going to get fingerprints on it. And then I think the trick is going to be to try to assemble this right side up. This is probably like the most fiddly part. I wouldn't call it...
Okay. He just said it's fiddly, so alright. I get it, I get it. I get what needs to happen. So it's like like that. It won't stick. Like I need it to just stay in place, you know. That right there. Okay, then he puts in the new front. He mentions that this needs to be removed. Kind of nail this one. Seems to be kind of snug. All right.
Call it difficult. It's just a little bit time consuming to try to kind of get all the parts to line up the way you want.
It is time
That
consuming, I
click
agree.
wheel is always a little bit difficult.
Yes, the click
So,
wheel
you
is
know, I was
difficult.
saying at the beginning that there's a whole bunch of these third party replacement parts, and the quality is a little bit more yellow onto the frame. All the click wheel is a little bit more yellow than the front panel. I can live with that, but the other problem that I'm finding is that this front panel isn't completely snapping onto the frame all the way around. Like it gets 90% of the way there, but the
90%
screw
snapped
holes
on.
don't completely
Screw
line
holes
up
don't line up.
on both
Okay.
sides. You've got to really squeeze it hard to get them to line up, and I don't like having to do that. What I realized is going on is there's a minor difference between the screen cutouts on the new front panel and the original Apple one. So what I've noticed between the replacement panel and the original one is the thickness of this white plastic is different. It's thinner on the original panel
Ah,
than on the replacement. And that causes the depth of the screen cutout to be different. There's less space for the LCD panel on this replacement front than on the original. And that's why this isn't snapping on completely.
right.
I hate to do it, but I think the best path forward is going to be to simply remove this black gasket. That should free up a little bit more Z height for that LCD panel to fit in correctly and not like feel like I have to really squeeze it down when putting those screws in to keep the whole thing together. All right, so it's not perfect, but it is better. It's a bit of a bummer. I kind of wish I could have just reused the original front panel and that it wasn't so scratched up because I'm just not really super happy with the quality.
So he's not happy with the quality of like the way it's trying to press down. I guess I understand what he means by this. So if you take a look here on the side, like it doesn't line up, right? So he's like, oh, he hates that like it's not like he need to push down to make the screw holes work. Like I understand what he means now, right? I actually have to squeeze that. And he mentioned that there's like a gasket in there that is potentially preventing it from going in. Now, I've dealt with these situations before. I think he may have just given up a little too soon. Well, why is this one so hard to push down? Yeah, so I'm just like massaging it in. It's like this left side here is a little funky. But what I like to do, I'm going to leave everything as is. I'm going to screw in the sides, like here on the left and here on the right, far left, far right, hoping that the middle bows a little bit like this, enough where I squeeze it and then screw it in, and then there'll be like a bit of tension there to holding everything together. I've done something like this with other um, electronics where like they wouldn't quite fit like that. We'll see. We'll see how good that goes. I did one screw, and I'm going to go to the far right, hoping that the pressure pushing down by these two being set in will be enough for the final screw here in the middle to work out. Oh, that screw is unhappy. All right. He wasn't happy because it was going sideways. And this is my taped up scroll wheel thing, thingamabob. Yeah, it's pushing really hard down now, so I think that solves that. Yeah, I think he gave up too early. I think that Colin from this doesn't compute. He may have just, I don't know, he has a very particular style. I'm wanting to make sure that things have the correct tolerances. He's very adamant about making sure everything fits in precisely, which I am very grateful for his videos for doing that, being so persnickety and detail oriented. All right, here we go. The tolerance could be better though. Like this whole having to like push hard, pinch, screw in, like having to do this extra like pushing hard, forcing things to fit in. That's kind of shitty. I agree. That's like not a great feeling to have to do that. Okay.
Quality of this replacement, I'm sure it's kind of just the same thing like with replacement Game Boy shells. You know, some of them are really good quality and some of them are not. And it's hard to know until you get it in your hands and try to assemble it. But it's starting to swell up a bit. which probably switch. I am wishing I had bought a replacement headphone jack because it looks like this iPod may have taken a spill at some point. That can go. Yeah,
Okay.
that's and peel it up, hopefully without damaging it. Last piece to transfer from cheap. I decided not to buy a new one because mine's in still good shape. Although but pretty straightforward just to
Alrighty. So time for the back portion. I'm wondering if I'll get to this stream, just because I may need to leave and pick up someone. Yeah. It's a bit too much effort to do all this in one shot, unfortunately, just because of how much time it took just to get that part. What I'll try and finish up doing is do this part here. Open this up, make it so it's like separate parts. Let's get more of the music. Same music over and over, Dungeon Sith, etc., etc. Get this all off so it's like all one piece. So it's the headphone jack will be removed, the battery will be removed, and this is the click wheel portion. Get all that out, and then the idea will be uh, next time I stream, because we're already like hour 20-ish, is to then put it in here into the new like fatter one. What will happen is that this battery will be replaced by this battery instead. Look at that chunky boy. Right, fit in there. And then the other end will be finishing it off. Will be using this, putting a memory card in here, taping it up to make sure it doesn't move, putting it in replacement of the hard drive, which is right here. This is that connector. It's like putting this whole assembly here, and then powering it on and see if it can power on at all. Yeah. I'm excited for next time too. Dude, this takes so much time. Like, these videos are like the ones that like this doesn't compute and stuff. They do like they really hide how much effort. Well, they don't hide. They're trying to produce a fun video, but just look at the amount of effort, right? That it took just to do one piece of this. They're not hiding. They're trying to make it entertaining. All right. And this isn't entertaining. I guess it's a different type of entertaining doing this. Actually, just because I want to make sure that I don't lose any of these pieces, I'm going to install this into the new section here, because there's 4 screws here. Come on. 1 screw, 2 screws. Alright, so there's 1. And I'm counting in this direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. So I'm removing screw number 2. There's always 1 screw that's fussy. Always. Always one that just gives you trouble. No matter what project I'm on, no matter what I'm doing. There's always one that never wants to cooperate. Alright, I'm going to use the microscope here. Help me out with this. In this, I'll have to use tape again, because like I'm just going to end up destroying it trying to get it off. Oh man, these pliers look awful. I need to bend these back. Oof. Oh, yep, didn't mean to do that. Hey. I'm just ruining this tape. No going back. There we go. All right. Time for these. So that's 3. 4. And I think these just come out, right? Something like that. It's a little adhesive underneath here. There it is. I want to take it with. See if I can use it for the next one. Cool. Alrighty, we're here. Alright, gotta be careful with this one too. Okay, there's no adhesive, so why aren't you coming out? Come on. There we go. That took a little bit extra coercing than I'm used to. Alrighty, so this is the old one. Set it aside. New one. Now I'm only going to open this enough to expose all this. We're just going to install it like right away. just so I don't even have time to like lose the screws, you know? Installing number 2 now. Get this. Installing 1. Cool. Seems to be in there. Installing screw number 3. Finally, screw number 4. Alright, looks like I have a little bit of an issue here. Let's see. Yeah. Speaking of tolerances not being right. There we go. Okay. Damn. Alright. Removing 4, removing 3. Can I install 4? Four is nice. And 3 is all wonky. It's weird because it's like being set midair. Yeah, this tolerance is like not right. Hmm. Like it's off ever so much. Man, what a bummer. Alright, we'll try and make it work, I guess. Goodness, alright, everything's flying around. 1 second. Yeah, I'm not sure what is going on here. Make it work, make it work. Alright. I can't install these both at the same time. It's like one and then the other. It's because the tolerances are so off. Right, look at that. Yep, this won't go through. Like it's screwed in there loosely, and then I try and hover over here. The tolerance is just like way off. Great. Yeah, no amount of moving there will make this work again. Right, it's like, you know, that's the limit. And then it should be over here, but it's not. So I don't know how to use this this back plate. And I was counting on using this back plate because I would be using the big battery. This back plate does not work. All right. I mean, maybe if I push it. Am I pushing it? But I'll have to just leave this be as is. I must leave. I have other obligations to attend to. So sorry if you came into the stream expecting something to be done. I guess so it goes with things like this. Alright everyone, until next time. Sorry for cutting it so short, but that's it for now. Until next time. GG's.